Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, let's go ahead and quiet it up. All right, we're live, and this is the Leadership Academy for Kids. That's what this is. So that's why we're doing these things. And there may or may not be people who are joining us, and they may be watching now, but more than likely they're going to watch in the future. So they're going to be able to learn just like you guys are going to be able to learn. If you want to go back and watch this again, like throughout the week, you can. What we're going to do is we're going to start talking about what we talked about last week before we learn something this week. So what did we talk about last week? Yeah, we talked about influence. Okay. We're going to start there. Okay. There were 3 words. What's somebody's definition for influence? Go ahead.
I guess believe.
Okay, that's one of the words. But what does influence mean? You don't have to use those words. Just what does it mean?
I guess it's, well, I don't know.
You don't know.
It's telling someone to believe in something that you say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell them to do. Yeah. Like you said that there is purple trees, and I said, no, I don't think there's purple leaves.
Are there purple trays? And you don't know if there's purple trays. Okay, so we got a bunch of different definitions. So let's go over it real quickly again, just so remember. Of course, that book fell over. That's how it works every time. I need to get the little bookends. Influence is a relationship dynamic. So go ahead and say that. Relation.
Influence is
A relationship dynamic.
a relationship dynamic.
And it's where somebody has the ability to compel a person to do an action, behavior,
Or believe.
or hold a belief.
I'd say behavior.
Behavior, there's all sorts of them. So there's action, behaviors, and beliefs. Okay. Just you guys thinking about it here and now. What do you think is more powerful? To get somebody to do a single action, to start doing behaviors, or to hold a belief? Which one do you think has has more impact? It's bigger.
I guess believe.
You think belief? Do you think behaviors?
I mean behaviors.
Well, it sounds like you're changing your thing around. I would say this is not a right or wrong thing, but I would say that they go in this order. So actions aren't as big as behaviors, and behaviors aren't as big as beliefs. Because if you think about it, a belief will make people exhibit behaviors. And so by holding something as a belief, like for example, it's not just for example that you would think about, oh, well now there's purple leaves. You have a belief. What happened right after we finished that purple leaf thing? What were you asking about?
Golden leaves.
Golden leaves and pink leaves and all that. So all of a sudden you have this new set of beliefs, and you're asking the question like, oh, well maybe that exists too. Maybe that exists, right?
I've seen golden leaves when it's like autumn. Did you show
That's
me?
true. Can I show you golden leaves? Not this time. The point though is if you all of a sudden believe something, it might start changing your behaviors. And when you do behaviors, you do actions. So now, for example, you might be more likely, because you have this belief in, oh, there's purple leaves, but there may be other kind of leaves. You may not have the behavior where you might think more things are possible. So that's a belief creating behavior and actions.
Now that there's 4 words. There's 4 words you put on there and 1 arrow and 3 lines. 4.
Yes, there is 4 words, 4 lines, and an arrow. That is a true fact. Okay. We're going to keep talking about influence, but now we're going to ask the question, how do you get influence? Did we talk about how influence is a money, like a currency? How you get it and then you spend it.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
Get it, spend it.
Okay.
I mean, get it, save it, spend it.
Get it, save it, and spend it. That's right. We talked about that. So what I'm going to call it is, what I'm going to write on the board here is influence is a leader's money.
Daddy, can I say something? One time when I was asked Mommy to help me make piles, but then she didn't actually make piles. She was folding it.
Making what?
I asked Mom to help me make piles for my laundry to make it more easier.
Okay.
But instead she didn't, and she folded it.
I see. So what you're saying is you just tried to get her to make it easier on you, but then she just did all the work for you.
No. I wanted her to make piles of my underwear and stuff.
Yeah, to organize your stuff so it would be easier for you.
Yeah,
But instead, she just ended up doing all the work.
Yeah. But I did do my hangers.
How to do your hangers. Well, there's some leadership lessons there, or influence. So influence is a leader's money. And so we were saying, oh, that's right, we did the tally marks. So we were saying, like, you do a couple things, and you got, 3 monies, and then you want somebody to do something, and it costs you 2 monies. And so you cross out your 2s, and then you pay for it. And then now you have kind of 1 monies left, and you got whatever they want, or whatever the thing is. The question is, how do you actually, this is what we're going to focus on today. Question is how do we get that? How do we earn influence? What do you guys think? How do you earn influence?
I have no idea.
Why don't you put an answer out there? We've already kind of talked about this, but we're going to go a little bit deeper. How do you earn influence that then you can spend with somebody else to get something from them? How do you earn it?
By giving them something.
Okay, let me start a little list.
And giving them, someone has this special jewelry.
Give them something.
And then you give someone they think it's not they don't like it really and they got it for the gift and the other person likes it and you might give him what if mommy would
You got to make it concise. What exactly you're trying to say? We're just trying to write something on the board. What are the things that you think that you can do to earn influence? Come on, what do you think you can do? Julia says maybe give them something. What else?
I guess
How about say something nice?
yeah say something nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You say something nice to them.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Can I say something? One time when Julie was trying to do something, Julie gave Ruben the Nara, and then he was doing that, and he was saying something nice to him, like your hands up and stuff, to make Ruben follow her.
Okay. So what you're talking about is that in order to get this rabbit or to follow you, if you do nice things for it and you give it something, it'll follow you.
You're not giving something, say something nice.
Sure.
But no.
Well, isn't saying something nice kind of giving somebody a compliment?
No.
You could say that.
No.
Hold on.
Ruben was doing a trick on Joy's Nara.
Okay, we got it. Come on, let's think a little bit more. What else can you do to earn influence?
I guess. What about giving someone your favorite toy, even if you still love it?
Okay, give them something valuable. All right. The question here is, we're using a bunch of different words or whatever. The question is if you wanted somebody to do something for you, what are the things that you might do for them?
I guess when I'm sad, I would give them a hug.
Give a hug. I'm going to put /show love. Okay. What else we got?
I have
and show, and I'll put kind of show you care.
And,
It's kind of, those are all kind of the same.
I say something, and also, I guess, well, you have one of, the kids has the favorite stuff, your favorite stuffed animal, and you give him, and then you give, the kid your favorite is stuffed animal to them, but you kind of don't like, and I guess that.
Okay. We got to give them something, say something nice to them, give them a hug, show you love, show you care for them. You got anything else, Julia?
If I wanted them to clean up the front yard,
Okay.
I would and he says you would have to clean up three of my things that I need to clean up, then I would do that probably.
Oh, I see. So, do an action. You're really saying do something that they want you to do. So, what do these all have in common? What do these all have in common?
Why is it red?
Don't worry about that. Right now, we're talking about this. What do these have in common?
Those have in common.
You know, what in common means the same. What about them is all the same? I would say,
Doing something for them, and then they do something for you. Okay. I think.
that's it. The thing that they all have in common is that you're doing something, do something the other person,
Someone's watching you.
other person values. Do something the other person values.
Daddy, someone's watching you.
You don't know that. How do you know that? Why, right now, you're trying to apply influence on me to believe something, but it's not true. So the question is what are you going to do for me right now to get me to believe that?
Well, I guess probably, I don't know.
Maybe you should sit down, be quiet, and pay attention. You should start there. Remember, we just said that if you want to influence somebody, right, you got to stay focused long enough to get this point. We're talking about earning influence so that you can spend it and get somebody else to do something. You just asked me to believe something, right? That somebody's watching. You asked me to believe that somebody's watching. Whether you thought you were doing that or not, you are doing that. And so that has a cost. To get me to believe that has a cost. And the question is whether or not you've earned enough to get me to believe that. How do we earn enough to get somebody to believe something? For example, you've got to do things that the other person values.
And you have to keep saying stuff.
If you, this is something you need to learn right now, Hazel. If you keep asking me to do an action, a behavior, or a belief, I'm not going to do it, because what you're saying is you got to understand what's happening right now in real time. Remember, this is what you've earned right here. Okay? Let me kind of get out of the way. This is what you've earned, and this is what the cost is. And remember, like we said last time, do we know what the costs are for the things that we're asking?
No.
No, we don't. Every time you ask me something, this keeps going up. Every time you make any demand of me to do anything, it goes up. Hey, can you get me that thing? Hey, this thing over here is this way. Hey, look at this that's over here. Hey, can I stay up late? Hey, can I get ice cream? Hey, all of these things, it keeps adding to the cost. You don't realize that every time you open your mouth, and you say something and you're trying to get somebody to believe, behave, or act in a particular way, this cost keeps going up every time. And what this means is when you start doing and earning, you don't get all these. You only get what you've actually earned. So then you do a couple things, like you pick up the house, or, you pick up your things. You say, please. You say thank you. You do real good in your homeschool. Da 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 da. You've earned this. That's all you've earned. So the question is how are you going to spend it? What you just did right there was you were trying to get and focus my attention instead of teaching you to go focus on some other thing that doesn't matter. Well, I'm saying that cost is about this big. So the question is, what are you going to do that I care about to pay for that?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Now let's start with something. We talked about this very briefly last week. Do you really want that? Do you really want me to believe that someone's watching?
I don't care.
You don't care. So the question, though, is if you keep increasing this bill here and you don't really care about it, what does that mean? If you want me to do something really simple, it's not as simple as, oh, well, okay. Now I'll just ask for something simple like,
Please tie my shoelaces.
sure, tie my shoelaces. Maybe that costs $2. That doesn't start at a blank slate. That's not how this works. It's not all of a sudden, don't worry about that. Can you tie my shoelaces? No, all of this still exists. This is why you got to be careful about just asking for things and saying things. Every time you say something and it has a cost, like for example, when I say, hey, the sky's blue, right? We say these kinds of statements all the time. Oh, the sky's blue. The question is, do you already believe that the sky's blue? Yeah, you believe it's that. So what do you think the cost is?
0.
No, there's still a cost.
1.
1. It's like a 1. You're like, okay. But you know what the cost was? We could have been talking about something else.
Yeah, like purple leaves.
Purple leaves is more interesting than the sky is blue.
Or purple sky.
If you're taking my attention, that's a cost. I have to give you, see, again, you're like, oh, again, let's just break these sentences down. What you're really saying is, hey, pay attention to me. Okay, I will do that. It costs that right there. Now, then what you do is you, on your own time, you've been practicing doing like a perfect cartwheel. And then you do a cartwheel. Boom. You've earned it. And then at the end of it, I am super happy. I'm very happy about that.
I don't even know.
But instead, if you say, hey, look at me, and then you do something bad, well, all you did was just add to the cost here. Now you need to overcome that. So you didn't actually earn it. Are you starting to see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that you don't need to be conscious about it all the time, but this is the way these things actually work. That if you want something, you better know what you want. And most people are not aware of this. So oftentimes, you as kids, you want attention, right? Mm-hmm. As parents, definitely want to give you the attention. But it costs us, even us, it costs us to give you the attention. So remember, with influence, we really haven't gotten into leadership yet. We're getting really, really close, though. But with influence, remember, it's about somebody else's, what they value.
I guess you should raise that because it's getting up to the big board.
What's getting up to the big board?
I meant, it's getting full of space.
You're saying I need to erase it. In just a moment, I will erase it. But in order to earn the thing that you want, you got to do something of value.
Okay.
So for you guys being young, it doesn't really cost us much, but you tell me, You've been around mom. Does sometimes mom want to give you her attention?
No.
No. She gets real cranky about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Hold on. Before you answer it using what we've talked about. Why does mom get angry? Okay, you ask that a lot. But what about in terms of this?
Can I say something? When I was doing my work, there's something important I need mom for, but I get begging mom to do it when mom was helping me help. Yeah.
Okay, so you were saying, hey, I want to purchase this. I want, increased time and energy and focus. The question is why do you think they got mad? Here's the hint. Right there.
None.
You haven't earned it.
Yeah.
You haven't earned it.
He had not.
Don't do that. Haven't earned it. Which means that in order to get that attention, you got to do it. So when you call mom's attention, for example, while you're doing workbooks, you might want to think, what am I doing? And what you should know that,
To wait.
well, waiting. Okay, look at that. Wait patiently. Boom, right there. You've just earned it. I may even give you 2 marks for that.
Or
What else?
5.
Hey, remember, use these right here.
Going to what if if I what if I'm still on my phonics and I haven't done my math yet? I was just I guess do math.
Okay, you're saying do math. The question is while you wait. Get ahead and take initiative. That's right, Hazel. What else? Because apparently that's not working. She's still not paying attention to you. It might even cost this. What else are you going to do? She's still not, you know how mom is. She's not going to pay attention to you just because you're being patient and you're taking initiative. She's not all of a sudden going to turn to you. What else are you going to do?
I guess just wait.
Again, look, these statements. Give them something. Say something nice. Give a hug and show love. Do something that they want.
I would like what if mommy said do something else. I would and she was working on Hazel. I would probably teach Virginia.
Teach Virginia. Look at that. Offloading doing education. Okay. I.e. helping. That's a big one. We're not quite there. We're pretty close.
Oh, I know. Probably if
Can I give you one? Can I give you an easy one? Because you still haven't said it. Say it politely. There you go. If you say it politely, that's like the reason why we talk about polite is because it's this.
excuse me, please.
Okay, go ahead.
What if mommy was helping Virginia helping Julia do something and she got too confused and then Patrick fell down or Virginia did something, I would go do something about it.
You're saying go help Patrick. Okay, that's kind of in the same realm. That's helping. I'll add another one to that. What's one more small thing that you could do? Okay, go ahead.
If Joya if mommy was helping Virginia and Patrick probably made was spilling like paint or glue, I would go stop Patrick. I would go do something about it.
Okay, we already said that. What else? How about you, Julia?
If
I'm just writing on the board here. We've already said be patient, do another assignment, be polite, teach another kid, And then also it says help younger
Younger,
brother.
younger brother.
Okay, what else? Is there one more thing you might be able to do here?
Oh yes. And probably what if Virginia? I would go clean up my room.
Okay.
What if mommy had to clean something up that Patrick spilled? And
We already said that, right? I mean, I guess we'll just go ahead and cross it here and say, help do chores. Why don't we say that? Help do chores.
no.
And then all of a sudden, she's then going to pay attention to you. You still need to, one thing I would recommend though, is in order to get this, you still have to ask. We got to ask. Now, I will say an ask, it comes at a cost. Every time you ask, it's actually a cost. Go ahead.
What I was actually trying to say, there was like a broken dish. Patrick broke it, and I would go read Patrick's books so he won't get late
Help younger brother. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
You're saying that you're going to help mom out so she can do something else by getting your younger brother to not be dropping dishes around mom.
No. Like yes, that is it.
That's what I heard. What'd you say?
No. Patrick broke a dish.
Yeah,
I
they
had to go clean it up, and I would make sure Patrick doesn't go over there, because she gets frustrated when Patrick goes over there.
Yeah. You're helping mom out by making sure the younger brother doesn't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's good. Those are all good ways to earn. Good ways to earn. So now can you erase? No, it's a little bit taller than you. Okay, so we're going to start on something slightly different, but it's kind of the same thing. And what we're going to talk about,
Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom.
you got to go to the bathroom. Okay.
Some water. Okay.
So what we're going to talk about now,
I guess I would want to
we're going to talk about good and bad. Okay?
I might miss it.
You'll come, I mean, you got to make that choice. You hurry up, and then you come back. Good and bad. All right? So what do we know about good and bad? I'm actually not going to say bad. Let me change that. What I really meant was good and evil. Okay? To take it to that next level. What do you think you know about this topic?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. What's good? We're just right on board. What's good?
Helping my little brother.
There you go. Help little brother. What do you think's evil? How about this? Pushing over little brother. Okay. What else is good?
Helping Hazel.
We already did that. We'll just kind of group that. What else is good?
Getting Virginia on the swing.
Okay. Let me try to group that a little bit better. Let's say doing something nice for someone. Okay.
Got two one?
Okay. What do you got? What we're saying is, what are good things and what are evil things?
Okay, well.
We
one of
just
my
make it
evil
super
things-
easy.
Well, one of the evil things that I saw Virginia do is fight Gabriel once.
Don't say it like that. You're gonna fall over and you're gonna.
Yeah, fighting Gabriel once.
Okay. Fighting someone,
No, biting.
biting someone.
Virginia bite Gabriel once.
Well, I'm gonna push back here, and I'm gonna put. Let me put kind of this line here, and I'm gonna say biting, and I'm gonna put that right in the middle.
Why?
And the reason is it depends. It depends on whether biting is good or evil. Just biting someone is, we don't know enough about the context. I'm sure what you're talking about is in this realm, but it could be in either or. What if you're biting to protect someone, to help someone? That could happen.
She was doing it on purpose.
Well, just because on purpose means whether you're intending on intentionally do it or not, but that doesn't mean whether or not it's good or bad or good or evil. I really should say evil, not bad, because this is very specific. We'll get into it. But on purpose just means she intended to do it. But still, if you were to be defending a friend and you did it, is that good or is that evil?
Good.
I'd call it good. Now, if they're doing it because, for example, they want something, they're trying to take something from someone else.
What did that say?
Take something that doesn't belong to them. I'd call that evil. What about this? Talking rudely.
And also when you have, and also when one of your sister is talking saying don't put your elbows on the table or close your mouth.
Okay, what about it?
And your but
Is this good or evil?
no. It was going to be evil. Virginia
We don't need names.
when Virginia was talking, her mouth was full of food.
Okay. But the question is that good or evil?
I guess it between.
Okay. So we'll put here correcting someone. Because that's what you're talking about. You're talking about how she was trying to correct people, and the thing that she was correcting them on, she was doing herself. Right? She's saying, don't talk with your mouth full as she has a mouthful of food. Right?
And
That's correcting. Don't put your elbows on. What else is good?
Like if Virginia and Patrick were like having a fight, I would stop them.
Okay, I'm going to put that on here. Making peace.
Making peace?
Yeah, making peace. Here, and I'll draw a little peace symbol. That's a pie graph. Let me see, can I even draw a peace symbol? I can't even draw a peace. Woo! That doesn't say good things about me. No, I deleted it because I apparently cannot draw a peace symbol. I kept drawing pie graphs.
It's a circle.
Yeah, it's like a circle, and it's got some lines on the inside. No, that's not it.
No, that's a skin. Yeah, I guess.
It's not that. That's what I drew.
No.
Is that it?
Yeah, I guess. I'll show you how it looks like.
You know how to draw a peace symbol.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. That's what I just drew. Oh, you're right. That is it.
You did it.
No. I know I did.
that way.
I drew it over here like that. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'll draw your little symbol right here. So that's peace. I saw that, and I see pie graph. I also see Mercedes-Benz logo. Making peace. What you're saying is stopping people from fighting is helping to make peace. I would agree with this. I would definitely agree. So those are things. So one of the things that I'm going to kind of point out here, there's a commonality between these. And this commonality, when you group it together, this commonality and this commonality. When I say commonality, you guys know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
You guys have done this many, many times in your workbooks. It's what do these all have in common? How are they the same? So these are all the same. You can call them good. Okay, that's fine. There's another way to describe it. And all these have something in common, and you could call it evil or something. There's some other aspect about it. When these things are compared, like there's one thing that groups these together that relates to both of these, how they're similar. And what that is it is the scale. I guess it's a scale. Well, I don't know if it is a scale. What it is
I can't see.
Can't see. Well, we draw it on the board and then you can see. The thing that they have in common, this right here, I'll just say, what this has in common is this is for benefits, others, and many. So many people are benefiting. Many people are getting value out of this. And in this case right here, in almost every scenario, it is benefits self. Now, this isn't to say that, this is why I did not want to say good and bad. Now, I drew it in red and all this other kind of stuff. You know, when I said the word bad, I don't really want to call this bad. Because it depends. Because if we say that good is something that benefits others and many, or it benefits this kind of bigger thing, and then evil, it really just kind of benefits self. If you were to go to the bathroom, that's for you, right? That's not for somebody else. So is that good or is that evil? It'd have to be evil, right? Kind of?
Well, going to the bathroom's not evil.
Well, if it is, does it benefit many people?
No. Yeah, what if there's only one
I don't know.
bathroom in the house and you claim it's yours? Dad, and there's 5 other people waiting outside.
There you go. Okay. You claim a resource
Toilet.
just for you. Some people out there right now, out in the world, are very bothered by this. They are very dead set on the belief that a resource is just for their exclusive use. Now, this gets into a very nuanced discussion, which I'm not going to get into, about whether or not that's the case, but for sure, 100%, that in these definitions that I'm giving you now, it falls clearly under evil, and the reason is because what Hazel just said. Because it's just for you. You get the bathroom, that's my bathroom, no one can go in that bathroom. That just benefits themselves.
I wouldn't do that.
Pushing over little brother, why would you push over your little brother? Come on, let's talk about the reasons. Why would you do that? Why would you push your little brother over?
No, I wouldn't.
Is it for his benefit? Not really. Sometimes, but that starts to creep over this way. It just depends. Maybe you're trying to push him out of the way so he doesn't get hit by the swing. That's good. That's not evil. You're pushing little brother. I pushed both of you kids more than one time so that you don't get hit by a swing. That's not evil. But obviously when we're talking about pushing your little brother here, we're talking about for evil reasons, which means benefiting yourself. So what are the things that are going to benefit you that don't benefit them?
And also, not sure if Patrick just ran in the road and there was a car, and he was very close to the grass, so I would push him out of the way so he didn't get hit by a car.
Okay, that would be good. Helping little brother. which is what we said. We started with that, right? Helping little brother. So depends on your frame of reference. Either somebody, for example, mom or somebody else, doesn't matter who, they might see the incident and all they see is the pushing over little brother. They didn't see the helping little brother. Which one is true?
Helping little brother.
Helping little brother.
Not
It's true you pushed over little brother, but it's not really that.
helping brother. Little brother.
Maybe this right here, this might make it a little more clear, right? So we're talking about pushing over. Push over little brother for no good reason. There's that reason. There's that word good. This gets a little complicated, but it's, I don't think you guys are too picky about logic. But you push over your brother for no good reason. Why would you push your brother over for no good reason? Come on, what are the reasons? Well, we haven't heard them yet.
Probably because I got mad at him.
You got mad. Okay. Mad. Yep. Like yesterday, he was kind of hopping on you while you're playing the Switch, and you're like, oh, get off. Right? That's mad. Okay, what else?
And I pushed him off.
Yeah. What else?
But then he kept climbing on it. Yeah, he kept climbing on it.
Okay, what are the reasons why you might push somebody over?
Perhaps so they can get out of your way.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Get out of way. That's right. Get out of my way.
And I push Patrick over to get in front of him.
Okay, to get in front. What about this? I've seen this before. Because it's fun.
I don't think it's fun.
You don't. I've seen people.
I don't think it's fun anymore.
How about this? Uphold the rules. Are rules real?
Yes.
What do you mean by yes, rules are real? Can you point to a rule?
No.
You can point to words that represent a rule. So are rules others?
No.
No. Rules are not others. That's why I'm going to put very firmly, upholding the rules can be evil. If you're upholding the rules by pushing somebody over, you're in the evil category, not the good category.
I'd be in a good category.
Now, let's talk about this before we go any further. We're going to take the same situation here, right? We're talking about helping little brother versus pushing over little brother for no good reason. And the question is what are other things that you might do that you're going to push over your little brother for a good reason? And what that means is you're helping little brother by pushing him over. What would you do? And let's take almost the inverse of these. Let's look at these and rewrite them. What about mad?
Happy?
Maybe. I mean, that could be opposite. This is like this is an emotion you have. What emotion do you have that might cause you to push over your little brother, but it's for a good reason? How about being concerned? And I'm going to write genuinely concerned.
And also, if a tree was going to fall, and Patrick was right going to be in the way, I would push him over, and then I'll just take his hand.
Okay.
And then go away from the falling tree.
Okay. That's being genuinely concerned. What about get out of my way? Is it possible that you could push him to get out of your way for a good reason?
Yeah.
How about this? Stop turning off the stove. Maybe you need to turn off the stove. Maybe you need to put out a fire. That's still helping little brother because he's clearly in the way for getting a fire out. And he doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
So he's got to get out of the way.
Yeah, and he doesn't know better to just touch it.
What about get in front? What do you need to, what if you're going to shove them to get them out of the way so that you can get in the front for a good reason? For what? Like what?
Probably, because the teacher says the littles go to the back and then the big kids go to the front.
You're just upholding the rules because now you're shoving them out of the way. Well, why are you shoving them out of the way? Because the rules say one kid goes to the front, one goes to the back. We already said that. Upholding the rules. No. How about this? Getting out in front of them because a ball is being thrown and you're trying to prevent them from getting hit. So you shove them out of the way so that you can get hit by the ball.
Yeah, like if you're playing dodgeball.
That could do that. So this is called sacrifice. And you're sacrificing yourself for them. And the way that you do about the sacrifice is by getting in front of them. So maybe you don't, I guess you could shove them out of the way, then you get hit by the ball, right? All right, because it's fun. How about this one? Wouldn't this just be like kind of play wrestling?
Yeah.
Why not? I think that's good.
Yeah, but something is not good. One time, when my ears were still healing and good, and Virginia was wrestling on me, one of my earrings were
Yeah.
bloody.
You're saying that sometimes when you play wrestle and you're having a good time, you get hurt.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it. And that's okay. That's not evil. Now, if they kept pushing you because it's fun, now we're dipping into evil.
Yeah.
But what would the way it works, if you're being good about this, if they're hurt, you don't keep pushing them because it's fun. You stop what you're doing and help them. Okay, here's the last one. Upholding the rules. Can you push someone to uphold the rules that makes it good?
I have no idea.
I've got one. I'm kind of a creative mind, so it's pretty easy for me. How about this making peace thing? I've done this before. It kind of blends in a little bit here, kind of back and forth between good and evil. But making peace, maybe you push them to stop a fight.
And that makes peace.
And they might get mad at you instead of the other person that was going on. And so on some level, that's doing a sacrifice, because now you're allowing yourself to be, potentially in the fight to stop the fight. That's one possible way of doing that.
And also,
I don't know if it's necessarily for the rules, but
if Virginia
for others.
gets mad at me, that I stop their fighting when they think it's fun, but I do not want fighting. I would get in there to stop them, and I would separate them.
Okay, you would separate them?
Yeah, separate them.
All right, so you guys ready to have your mind blown?
Yes.
Okay.
We're
gonna it's not quite like that, Hazel. We're gonna end today, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give kind of the hint for what we're gonna talk about next time. That's all the time that we have today for this edition of Leadership Academy for Kids. If you like this kind of thing, we go live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. It'll be on this channel, and shortly thereafter, either it'll be that day or maybe the next day, we will repost what we do live. We'll repost as a full HD video that has a much higher quality. Sure, we would love to be able to stream that out, but right now, we got what we're able to actually stream. But shortly thereafter, the nicer version will come out. And if you missed any of the episodes, you can actually go back and go and follow them. I would recommend you actually start kind of at the beginning and then go along with it, because each day we're trying to build on these different topics, and I can't really guarantee where you might be able to jump in at any one point and it all makes sense. So if you like this kind of thing, definitely comment on the video if you can, subscribe, and do like all the kind of YouTube things. And then you won't miss out on what we're doing here at the Leadership Academy for Kids. My name is Mike Cornwell, and this is from Sanctuary Leadership. We'll see you soon.